Thank you, guys. I'm still on, but it glitched. Thank you so much for that. Guys, listen, I don't know why it's glitching right now. It seems to be okay. Right, listen, ladies and gentlemen, I guess we are on. Let's just start this. Let's just get on with this. Let's just begin. Ladies and gentlemen, I believe there is proof. There's more proof out that the British government are helping migrants enter the UK. Now, I'm talking about, and I'm referencing a video that was posted 56, well, it probably was over 56 minutes ago now. Let me just refresh that. It's probably 56 minutes ago. Let's call it an hour for argument's sake. A video that was posted an hour ago by Andrew Bridgen. Please go and watch that video, guys. He posted it an hour ago. Basically, the video that Andrew Bridgen posted, hang on, let me just turn this off. So basically, the video that Andrew Bridgen posted is, you know, the rubber dinghies. You know how in fact, guys, you know how we spoke about the life jackets? Well, it turns out the rubber dinghies now are being loaded on the back of trucks, sent back on a ferry back to France. Tell me that's not proof, guys. Tell me that's not proof that tell me that's not proof that the government is complicit in this. Guys, look, this is absolutely terrifying. I genuinely don't know what to do. Like, I joined the military at 16 because I genuinely love my country, and I did, and I do. Freudian slip, I guess. Now, I'm sat here and I'm thinking, right, do I bail? Do I literally bail? Do I take, like, do I take my family? Do I just rent my house out as a HMO to the government and say, do you know what? Thank you very much, but I'm tapping out on this. Do I tap out and bail? I could go right now, guys. We could go as a family right now. We could go to Kiev. We will absolutely, in fact, you know what, guys? I kind of miss Kiev. We could go right now as a family to Kiev. We could go right now to Texas in the US. Like, straight away, guys. Like, we could go there. Like, I could get on a flight tomorrow. It'd be a bit of a faff doing it tomorrow, but within a week, we could go there. But I'm just thinking now, like, the amount of government, like, and it's blatant now, guys. It's blatant. There's no denying it. There's no denying it. And I think what really opened my eyes to this, was you guys, I guess, sending me these messages. So for you guys sending me the messages saying, Sean, are the government flying in foreign soldiers? And I was like, no. That's impossible. That never happened. That's far too conspiratorial, even for me. And then by the beard of Zeus and Odin's eye, it turns out that, hang on, let me get the screen up. By the beard of Zeus and Odin's eye, it turns out you guys were right. So now I can't take anything off the cards, guys. I cannot take anything off the cards. So as wild as it sounds, I cannot take anything off the cards. Look, ladies and gentlemen, if you're just joining, the news of the day, my breaking news for each and every one of you guys is this. More proof, the government, do you know what? I need to be careful because I'm on TikTok. Do you know what? Let me just get it from the source. Let me get it from the source, and then I guess we'll, give me a second, guys. And honestly, ladies and gentlemen, I promise you, I do not have, ladies and gentlemen, I promise you, I do not have a crystal ball. I literally have this. I don't have a crystal ball. I don't know what's happening in the future. I give you guys analysis. I give you guys speculation. I give you guys opinion. I look at the information that I'm presented with right now, and I make assumptions. Remember when, look, guys, let me real quick. Remember when, I don't know if you guys can understand. I don't know if you guys can remember when I said this, but remember when I said, ladies and gentlemen, look, this life jacket, once people start to look into the life jackets, it's going to open up more doors. Can you remember that? Can you remember how I said, once people start to look into the life jackets that's happening in France, how these life jackets are being procured, where they're going, where they're coming from, who's supplying them, who's buying them, who's selling them? Remember when I said, once people start to open that can, it's going to unravel. The strands are going to unravel. Can you remember me saying that, guys? Well, it turns out it gets worse. I'm just going to read this, guys, and I've got no opinion on this at all. I've got no opinion on this at all, guys. While we're on TikTok, I've got no opinion, and I do see this being a short TikTok, and then we'll go over to YouTube. Right. Andrew Bridgen has just posted a video, and I'm going to read you what he says on his description of this video. This video explains why successive governments have failed to smash the gangs. This is because they are actually complicit in moving illegal migrants into the UK. They return the boats to France for reuse. They don't even bother deflating them. That's what Andrew Bridgen is saying, guys, not me. I obviously have no opinion on this while I'm on TikTok, guys. And while I'm on TikTok, I think this is all fake news. I think everybody wants peace and love and everybody's equal and we should all live and we should all be powered by rainbow dust. Listen, guys, please, this is so important. So I'm not going to play the video because last time I played the video, everything started to glitch. The boats now, there's a video out. Andrew Bridgen's just posted it. There's a video. And the guy who's filmed it, he's definitely, I can confirm to you guys, as someone who's lived in Dover, I used to live in Dover, the images are from Dover. So this guy, he's filming. He films all these rubber dinghies in the water, and then he manages to he's hiding. He's on a bike and he films these rubber dinghies being put onto the back of an articulated lorry. He gets the registration of the lorry, and then he follows that lorry, and that lorry then gets on a ferry back to France. Obviously, at that point, we lose the ferry. We lose the vehicle. Why are those rubber dinghies not being destroyed, guys? Why are those rubber dinghies not being destroyed? They're not, it's not, who is authorizing this? Guys, this is wild. This is wild. This is absolutely wild. If you're watching this right now, guys, please understand the gravity of what I'm talking about right now, guys. I don't know how long I'm going to be on here. Guys, look, please understand the gravity of the words I'm saying right now. This video explains why successive governments have failed to smash the gangs. This is because they're actually complicit in moving illegal migrants into the United Kingdom. They return the boats to France for reuse. They don't even bother deflating them. That's not me saying that, guys. That's Andrew Bridgen saying that. That is Andrew Bridgen's words. Look, guys, listen to the gravity. Listen to the gravity of what we're saying now. Listen to the gravity, all right? The government, if this is true, I don't know if it's true, guys. I don't know. I don't know if it's true. I'm on TikTok, so I've got to be careful with my words. It may be fake news. I've got to be careful. Also, with the censorship, guys, like I had a video taken down today, 0 views. It just vanished. Literally just vanished. It came up. I remember, I think it was, last night I was responding to I was on the live stream and I was responding to, I think it was a positive, programming, a lady on YouTube sent me a message. She said, Sean, do you feel this is all connected to bring people into digital IDs, universal basic income, and 15-minute SIS? I said absolutely yes. Last night I said this on the live stream. I said I don't know if you got when we finish on TikTok, guys, we go over to YouTube, and we was on there for quite a while last night. We was on there for at least another hour. And I was talking about that, and I thought, you know what, I should probably do a video on this for the guys on TikTok, because maybe a few of those missed that. The video didn't get any views. It got 0 views. I was like, all right, that's a bit weird. I thought it might not have uploaded. I don't know. I was tidying up, and I've got some stuff to burn in the garden. And then it just vanished. I honestly, guys, like, And when you're sat like me, like honestly, guys, I don't care how about money or anything. I've never cared about it. But when you're sat here and like it just makes it sends the hair on the back of your like the hair on the like it puts the hair up on the back of your neck, because you think, how did that happen? How did that video where I was saying this migration problem is leading to digital IDs, universal basic income, 15-minute cities, and absolute compliance? 0 views, and it just got taken down. No, like usually you get a restriction, or you can do. I don't know if you guys know, you can do it. You can press a count check, and it will go through your videos. It didn't even show up. It just vanished, and I was like, wow. Like, how did that, like, how? I don't even know. But listen, guys, the crux of today's live stream, forget the protests, forget everything, guys. Nothing else should matter right now. If you live in the United Kingdom, nothing else should matter. Only the video that Andrew Bridgen just posted. I'm going to read you what he said again. This video explains why successive governments have failed to smash the gangs. This is because they are actually complicit in moving illegal migrants into the UK. They return the boats to France for reuse. They don't even bother deflating them. Guys, I've got no opinion on this. It could be fake news. It could be fake news right now. You're all fake news. I'm going to try and play the video for you guys now. Let me try and play this.
So last night, I noticed there was a whole batch. There's a whole batch of dinghies in the little area near the crane in the boatyard. Loads of them, all numbered. You'll have just seen that clip, hopefully. And I thought, okay, tomorrow the lorry's probably going to come. And guess what? There it is.
Just to paint a picture, ladies and gentlemen, what I'm seeing on the screen, and please go follow Andrew Bridgen and go watch this video. I will be sharing this video when I will be sharing this. Guys, listen, I will be sharing this video when I jump over to YouTube. So just to paint a picture, there's a citizen journalist now. I think he's got a really good camera because the zoom on it is phenomenal. There's a citizen journalist now, and he's filming these rubber dinghies being put into the back of a blue Arctic lorry, I think they're called. 7.5, is it over 7? I don't know if it's a big lorry, basically. I don't know whether it's a 7.5 ton or an articulated lorry. I don't know. It's a big lorry with a blue door. They're putting the rubber dinghies in the back, and then he follows the lorry.
So I'm going to go right there and just see if it's the same truck. All right, stay with the truck, follow it.
Trucker 2022. Listen, guys, Trucker 2022 is saying 44 ton is articulated. Look, guys, I don't claim to be an expert on. Thank you for pointing that out. I don't claim to be a, guys, look, I don't claim to be, I'll be quite clear with you guys. When I don't know what something is, I'll tell you when I don't know what something is. To me, it's a big truck. It says DAF on the front of it. It's got a blue door on the side of it, but they're loading the rubber dinghies onto this truck. Guys, this should chill your bones right now, because the questions I'm going to ask you, obviously, I've got no opinion on this, ladies and gentlemen. I've got no opinions on this. I'm going to ask you the questions. But they're loading the rubber dinghies on the back of this truck. Honestly, guys, this is chilling my bones. When you do a live stream, I honestly think this could be the most important live stream we have ever done, guys. Please like, please comment, please subscribe to that. Please go. Like, comment, subscribe, share, bell notification, guys. If you're watching on YouTube, if you're watching on TikTok, if you're watching on X, ladies and gentlemen, this could be the most important live stream I've ever done. I'm watching images of rubber dinghies being loaded onto the back of a big truck, and well, I'm going to continue. So that's all we know at the moment, guys. I can confirm, because I've lived there, I can confirm that this is in Dover. We are watching people with high-vis vests on that says G4S on the back of it, loading rubber dinghies, inflated rubber dinghies, onto the back of a big truck.
There it is.
Now the guy is following the truck. He's on a push bike, and he's following the truck.
The lorry is leaving. But that is the lorry. Actually, with all the dinghies on it.
He's following the lorry now, and he's on his bike, and he's going past. Look, guys, I used to live in Dover. I know exactly where he is now. This is why I know this video is so authentic. I used to live in Dover. I know exactly where that guy is now. He's on his bike, and he's on the paveway, and he's going past where the old hovercraft port used to be.
And if my idea is correct, that lorry is going to France.
Tracy Doc, listen, Tracy Doc, this is from a video. This is from a video that Andrew Bridgen has just posted. Look, guys, if you go onto Andrew Bridgen's page, please let him know that I sent you. Ladies and gentlemen, I can't stress this enough. This is probably the most important live stream I've ever done. In my years of investigating things, on working behind the scenes, you never get something as much like this right now. Should be front page for everyone, guys. I think it will be front page tomorrow, or maybe in a while. But look, guys, the government, whoever's in charge, are putting confiscated rubber dinghies on the back. In fact, do you know what, ladies and gentlemen? Because we're on TikTok, I'm just going to read you Andrew Bridgen's post. This video explains why successive governments have failed to smash the gangs. This is because they are actually complicit in moving illegal migrants into the United Kingdom. They return the boats to France for reuse. They don't even bother deflating them. Just keep that in your mind, ladies and gentlemen, while we continue with this video.
That's the lorry. Okay, so let's prove it. Right, so that is getting on a ferry. Where to? That's the question, isn't it?
So now this guy on the bike, he's followed this truck. I think it's an articulated lorry. We'll just call it a lorry. He's followed this lorry. He's followed the lorry, and now the lorry is queuing up to get on a ferry.
Can you see the number plate? Oh, come on.
Now, the guy on the bike, he's zooming in, and he can see the registration of the lorry, and it's the same lorry, and he managed it. Guys, look, I don't know how he got this, but he definitely did. So he's got the registration now of the lorry waiting to get on the ferry back to France, full of rubber dinghies.
RX68 YKA. Right, that's it. Boom. Okay, I'm inside. I was the lorry. It was just the other side of that fence. I'm now going to drive around. What is it doing? Hiding there. There it is. There it is. RX68. Let's drive. So he's inside. I don't care. There's another one. RX68 YKA. This lorry is getting on ferry. So the dinghies come into Dover, they get loaded onto a truck, they go back to France.
So the dinghies, they come into Dover, they get taken in. Look, guys, I need to be careful. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, if you're not done so already, please follow me on all platforms. You guys have seen how many videos I get banned. You've seen how many times I get restricted. You guys have seen how much what we are up against with censorship. Please follow, like, subscribe, comment, bell notification. All those things that help this channel grow. Look, guys, we are talking today, the main news, and I know this is not as sexy as bombs dropping in Ukraine and bombs dropping here and Trump, and this literally affects each and like right now. Let me ask you a real quick question, guys. Let me share my stuff, ladies and gentlemen. Please share my stuff. If you can't do anything, please share my stuff, ladies and gentlemen. So here's the deal, guys. All right, here's the deal. Do you feel your high street is the same now than it was 10 years ago? Do you feel your high street is the same now than it was 25 years ago? Do you feel that something strange is happening and you can't quite put your finger on it? Or maybe now, because you've been watching my channel, you're starting to put your finger on it. Guys, look, this is unbelievable. More proof is out, guys. More proof is out. I believe that the government is complicit in bringing these people into the United Kingdom. Right. Does anybody think I'm wrong? I've got to be fair, guys. If anybody wants to call me out and say, Sean, and again, this may be the case. Listen, guys, I'll be objective. I'll play devil's advocate. It may be the case that those rubber dinghies, it may be the case, guys, that those rubber dinghies are going back to the French police for forensics. Look, guys, I don't know. I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think of other reasons why the British government would send rubber dinghies back to France if they weren't complicit. Remember what I said, guys, and I promise you, I wish I did because I'd get the lottery numbers. Remember when I said if we start to look at the life jackets, more strands will unravel? Well, it turns out those strands are unraveling now, ladies and gentlemen. The rubber dinghies are also being sent back to France. And look, guys, I genuinely don't know why. I've got to be clear, Andrew Bridgen is claiming that these rubber dinghies are being sent back to France for the people smugglers. If he's true, and I don't know if it is true, guys, I'll give you my honest opinion I'll give you my unredacted opinion when we switch over to YouTube. If that is true, ladies and gentlemen, just consider that for one moment. Consider the words I'm saying right now, guys. Please, just consider these words. Think about your kids. Think about your mums, your dads, your grands, your uncles, your nans, everybody. Think about your family. Think about everything you've ever thought was true. Think about that. And then listen to this sentence. The government are actively helping. I can't believe I'm saying this. Just think about this sentence, guys. There's proof from the Andrew Bridgen video. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, we're on TikTok. This may be fake news. I don't know. But when we switch over to YouTube, I'll let you guys know. From what we've just seen, the government are actively giving the rubber dinghies back to the people smugglers so they can use them again. Tell me that's not the case. Tell me that's not the case. If somebody can didactify how I'm wrong, I would love to listen, guys. I would love to listen. Please, I actually want to be wrong on this, guys. I don't want to think because do you understand how deep that rabbit hole goes? Do you understand how deep what we're talking about right now, guys? Do you understand that? Please let me know that you can contemplate what we. And I'm not meaning to be disrespectful to anyone, but when we're sat there and we're paying our taxes and we're voting and we're doing what we're supposed to do, and we're keeping 6 feet apart and we're doing hands facing space. It's unbelievable, guys. Absolutely unbelievable. This has shocked me beyond the core. I was shocked with the life jackets. I don't even know it. Look, guys, there are no words on the tongues of elves or dwarfs There are no words on the tongues of elves or men, actually, because I mean, I'm not being disrespectful to dwarves, but there are no words on the tongues of elves or men that can describe what I'm feeling right now, guys. After watching rubber dinghies being put on a lorry and sent back to France, why are they not like destroyed? You want to smash the gangs, Kia? Start by destroying the dinghies. And do you know what? Don't even destroy the dinghies. Don't give the dinghies back. Unbelievable, guys. Unbelievable. Right, ladies and gentlemen, let me get some comments. All the chats are going crackers, guys. All the chats are going crackers. I'm like information overload at the moment, guys. Information overload. It's unbelievable. Right, let me jump up and get the comments. Right, I'm just Joanne 8. Listen, guys, the chat is open. It's open for a reason, because I want as many people to understand what we're talking about. I want this conversation to have as many people involved as possible. Joanne 788 is saying they've been caught out and they know it. Meg, I don't know what this name is. I'm just going to pin this comment. Megan or something. Megan is saying, why isn't this on GB News? Look, guys, this was a video posted by Andrew Bridgen less than just over an hour ago. It is literally breaking news at the moment, guys. It's breaking news. Andrew Bridgen's just posted it. Unbelievable, guys. I will be sharing this video when I jump over to YouTube, guys. I'll be sharing this video when I jump over to YouTube, and we'll all watch it in real time. Mandy. Where's Mandy gone? Mandy just swizzled away. Hang on, guys. I've just had a comment from Mandy. I can't find Mandy. Oh, there she is. Right, guys, the chat's going crackers. The chat is going bonkers, and quite rightly so. Guys, look, I can't, like, honestly, I genuinely believe this is the most important live stream I have ever done. Mandy Fraser is saying, also, the French Coast Guard has asked for the life jackets to be returned, obviously to be reused. Yeah. So, Mandy, I've been speaking about these life jackets for quite a while. I've been speaking about these. So, look, guys, I'll come on to this. I'll come on to later. Mandy's saying the life jackets have also been flagged. I said the life jackets months ago, guys. I said, look, once we start to unpick the life jackets, more things will become relevant. Look, guys, I've done investigations before in my military career. I've done it with organizations I can't mention here. I've done investigations. And once you find something, when you're doing these investigations, you look at the situation holistically and you think, right, what's happening here? What's happening? And you look and you sit back and you look and you think, you try and find the weak link, and the weak link is never something sexy, guys. It's never something sexy. It's never something like, oh, look, all these millions being moved. It's never something, it never is something like that. Where you will always find something is, it's kind of like one of the life jackets, guys. No, life jackets. Yeah, nobody's bothered about that. Look, guys, the life jackets is going to unravel everything. And it is. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, please like, comment, subscribe, share, bell notification if you're watching on Facebook. Not Facebook. I don't even have Facebook. Why do I keep saying Facebook? If you're watching on YouTube, if you're watching on X, we are triple streaming today, guys. We are triple streaming. Like I said, guys, I think this is going to be the most important live stream I've ever done. Also, moving topic slightly, guys. When you consider right now the protests, the civil unrest, the civil disobedience that's happening in the country, it's going to have no effect. No effect. Zero. And I don't mean to be negative, guys. I do not mean to be negative. If you want to go out and protest, protest. It's going to have no effect. Do you know why it's going to have no effect? Do you know why it's going to have no effect? It's going to have no effect because the flow is still continuing. Now, we've just looked and we've just seen together that the flow is being, I can't even believe I'm saying this, guys. I'm trying to, you know what I'm saying, these words, I'm trying to think if there's any other workaround, but there is no workaround. Let me tell you why there's no workaround. When those rubber dinghies get intercepted by the RNLI, they then become property of the property of the government. That's, tell me I'm wrong, please. Somebody, if somebody can tell me a way that the government's not complicit, guys, I want to believe that I don't want to believe that the government's complicit in this. I genuinely don't. I do not want to believe that the government is complicit. But the evidence that I'm presented with, I don't know what the other conclusion is, guys. Please tell me another conclusion. Please, somebody in the comments say, oh, Sean, actually, because the RNLI is a charity, they're not X, Y, Z, or whatever. Please, somebody tell me that. But as I'm looking at this, when those... Am I disconnected? Am I still streaming, guys? Have I been disconnected? Guys, am I still streaming? I've just had a notification say that I've been... I don't even know if I'm... Right, guys, I'm fine. Thank you so much, Team Regenex. Thank you so much, Dazza and Tracy. Thank you so much, guys. I keep getting these notifications up on my screen saying your signal's weak, but it's every time I start to talk about a certain thing. Look, somebody please tell me that I'm wrong. That when the RNLI take that rubber dinghy back to the UK, tell me how the government is not involved, or the government doesn't give the thumbs up that that rubber dinghy then gets sent back to France. Tell me, guys, please, somebody in the comments tell me. How is this not the case? Look, guys, and as I'm sat here, and as I do these videos, and as I look, and look, guys, I'll give you my background. I'm ex-military. I've worked for some really big organizations. I've been a strategic advisor for governments, pretty much the highest level. I want a strong military, I want a strong police force, I want strong laws, and I want a strong government. So it's very difficult when I'm doing these videos because I always say, whatever the information tells me, whatever conclusion I come to, I'll share that with you guys, however crazy that conclusion is. Right now, it does look like there's an overwhelming amount of evidence to say that the British government is actively supporting migrants from France coming to the United Kingdom. I don't know any other way to say it, guys. I really don't. I don't know any other way to say it, guys. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, please like, share, subscribe, comment, bell notification. Listen, we are triple streaming today. I'm trying to sugarcoat everything right now. When we jump over to YouTube, I will be a little bit less. I'll be a little bit more open with this. But the restrictions on TikTok are fantastic. Tracy Jane, thank you for asking that question. So Tracy Jane is asking what evidence. So I'll talk about the evidence real quick. So the evidence that was presented a couple of days ago was from Chris Phillips. Now Chris Phillips, he is a sitting member of Parliament. So I think I'm fair by repeating what he said and not giving opinion on that. So he did a video the other day and he talked about the life jackets. I was talking about the life jackets months ago. Chris Phillips did a video and he was listening to the communications between the RNLI and a French warship. Basically, the French warship who are escorting the migrants got on the radio and said, "Can I have 60 life jackets back?" The RNLI got back and said, "Confirm the number, you want 60 life jackets back?" He said, "Yeah, 60 life jackets back." That to me says that the RNLI are giving them back 60 life jackets. That's compliance. They're working together. Now, a video also came out today, guys, literally just over an hour old, Andrew Bridgen has just posted a video. I'll read you the description on the video. This video explains why successive governments have failed to smash the gangs. This is because they are actually complicit in moving illegal migrants into the United Kingdom. They return the boats to France for reuse. They don't even bother deflating them. And then he shares a video where there's a guy recording. He records all these rubber dinghies being put into the back of a lorry. The lorry then gets on a ferry to France. I don't know. I don't know how else to explain that, guys. I really don't. Listen, guys, this is I believe this is one of the most important live streams we've ever done. More evidence coming out that the government is actively involved. Now, let's just take that. Let's just go down conspiracy lane. Maybe I should get my tinfoil hat on. Let me put my tinfoil hat on for a second, guys. Right? So, let's just pretend, ladies and gentlemen, for a second, and I don't know whether it is because we're on TikTok. I'm just saying, this is what the people are saying. Let's just pretend that the government is involved. Let's just pretend that. Let's just for a second. I know this is false. It's for entertainment purposes only. What I'm saying now is not true. Let's just pretend for a minute. Let's do a thought experiment. Let's do a thought experiment, guys, okay? Let's just pretend that the government is involved. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, this is a thought experiment. This is not true. But if the government is involved, why? That's all you need to think about, guys. Why? Why is the government involved? And if you go down that rabbit hole, guys, I promise you, this is going to chill your bones. And I'm thinking right now, where do we even go to? Where do I even go? I could go to Kiev, but Kiev's going to fall in a couple of years as well. Once the war's over, Kiev in 5, 10, 15, 20 years, that's going to fall. So where can I go? Viva Antarctica, guys. I genuinely believe we're going to see a mass exodus of Western civilization, Western culture going down to Antarctica. I really do believe that, guys. I really do believe that. Neville Dunn, he's just put Portugal. Maybe it is Portugal. Right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to jump out. Right, guys, look. I've just realized I've literally just been, you can tell when I'm passionate about something because I just monologue. I've been monologuing for 42 minutes, guys. I've been monologuing for 42 minutes, all right? I'm going to jump up and get the comments. I am going to jump up and get the comments, guys. I am. Right, where do I go first? The chat is going crazy. Listen, guys, can we like, comment, subscribe, share, bell notification? We are triple streaming, guys, so please follow me on YouTube. I'm Real Raven 1 on YouTube. I'm Real Raven 1 on X. Please follow me on all the platforms, guys. You guys have seen how many times I get banned and restricted, all this sort of stuff. In fact, I'm surprised I'm still on, to be honest, guys. I think I've learned how to say things now, like, I think I've learned how to frame what I'm saying without it getting banned. But look, guys, the restrictions are unbelievable. I had a video taken down today. Not only did it get taken down, obviously I can't, while I'm on TikTok, I can't talk about why it got taken down. I got a video taken down today, and the video was me talking about, let me think how I can frame this without, well, first of all, I posted the video, it got 0 views. I was like, all right, that's a bit weird. I was like, all right, whatever, it's got 0 views. I checked back in an hour and it had vanished. And I was like, how? How has that vanished? Now, the video, I was responding to a message from, so I don't know if you guys, so listen, guys, when we close this down on TikTok, we go over to YouTube and we talk on YouTube. Last night, we was on YouTube for another hour. And one of the comments from, I think it was positive programming for mind, body and spirit. The lady there, she said to me, She said, Sean, do you think this is like to bring in 15-minute cities, universal basic income and all that? And like yesterday, I said yes to her. And I did a video on TikTok explaining that in a little bit more depth, why I think all this crazy stuff's happening. Vanished. Just absolutely vanished, mismanaged. No views, vanished, no explanation. Go directly to jail. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. Go directly to jail. I was like, how? At least give me an explanation why my video is banned. But anyway, look, guys, I really do feel like we're in like end day scenario now. I mean, right, sorry, I keep going back to the main. Right, guys, let me get these other things that have come out today. Right. Ukraine. I know a lot of people are talking about Ukraine. Ukraine's back in the news. A couple like last week or maybe the week before, I said that yesterday Ukraine was going to be back in the news. Well, it kind of is, but not as I thought it would be. Turns out it's going to be next Friday. So are you going to give me that one, or are you not? But look, guys, 2 weeks ago, I said last Friday. So what are we on now? We're on the 8th. So the 7th. No, is it the 7th? No, it's the 8th. I don't even know what date is it. What date is it, ladies and gentlemen? I don't even know what date is it. So the 8th, I said the 8th of August, Ukraine will be back in the news. I said that. It turns out it's going to be the next week. So Vladimir Putin and Donald Trump are due to have a meeting for a ceasefire. Look, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, while we're on TikTok, I will say my opinion, my speculation. What I'm about to say is just for entertainment purposes only, but I would say that there is going to be no ceasefire until, and I've said this many times before, there's going to be no ceasefire until the Russians make it up to the River Dnipro. There can't be. If any of you guys are ex-military or serving military, thank you for your service. I'm saying that laughing because it's like what the Americans say. You know, it's funny actually. I was in the gym a couple of days ago, and I don't usually wear like, you know, the vests and stuff. But I didn't really have much to wear, so I had like one of those. I had a vest on, and some guy, and he came in and he said, "Is that a parachute regiment tattoo?" And I said, "Oh, it is, mate. Yeah, I mean, I'm not ashamed." And he said, "Oh, thank you for your service." I said, "Mate, we're not American." He said, "Oh, no, but thank you." And he walked off. I thought, oh, that's never happened before. Alas, I'm digressing. So Putin and Trump are meeting. I'm going to speculate that there's going to be no such thing as a ceasefire until the Russians are up to the River Dnipro. So if any of you guys have served in the military, or you may be serving in the military right now, the ground dictates everything. The ground dictates everything. Everything, guys. The ground that you're operating in dictates everything. Now, where the Russians are in the east of Ukraine, it's literally like open farmland right now, guys. And it's very difficult for me to explain this if you've never been. Imagine a field in the United Kingdom, but like 30x it. That's how big the fields are in Ukraine. We've got this image in the United Kingdom of these little farmers' fields. Guys, look, if anybody's been in Eastern Europe, especially Ukraine, the farmers' fields are massive, all right? And there's no physical, my hair's going wild. There's no, am I going Clark Kent with this? There's no physical barrier to stop. First of all, there's no physical barrier to stop the Russians moving forwards if there is a ceasefire, and there's no physical barrier to stop the Ukrainians moving forwards if they get the manpower. So there's no realistic way for that to happen. Also, Zelensky's come out and he said that he's not going to he's not going to give up land for a ceasefire. Which, do you know what, guys? I'm going to say that's fair. I've been quite critical of Zelensky, but if you're like, and like, I've given you guys this scenario many times. I've said, right, imagine you live out in the countryside and a load of yobbos, whatever description of yobbos you guys think of, that's the description. A load of yobbos come and they annex part of your garden. So they've took a load of your garden now. And they're throwing beer balls at your house, and you phone the police, and the police say, right, we'll come out, and the police come out and they're like, yeah, okay, well, they say if you let them have that bit of land, they'll stop throwing bottles at your house. And then you say, Oh, right, okay, right, they can have that land, okay? And then a couple of days, weeks, months pass, and then the yobbos take a bit more land. And then they're like, hey, we're throwing bottles again. And then you phone the police up, and the police come out and they say, right, well, if you give up that land, they'll stop. You see where I'm going with this, guys? I just don't see any ceasefire on the cards at the moment in Ukraine. Not until the Russians either one or two things. Either the Russians leave Ukraine and agree to rebuild all the towns, cities, villages, settlements, and pay, I guess, reparations would be the right word, to Ukraine, which I think is highly unlikely, or the Russians managed to push up to the River Dnipro. And that's what I think is the more likely scenario. But look, guys, people don't understand. And again, look, when we talk about culture, I've lived in Slavic. Do you know what, guys? I'm going to throw it out there. I actually like Slavic culture. I do. I like Slavic culture. People don't understand Slavic culture because they've never lived among, which is what we're talking about here, guys. And people don't understand culture. If you don't understand, those who, there's a saying, those who don't understand history are doomed to repeat it. And I would speculate that most of the British politicians, most of the Americans, they're looking at these problems with Western eyes. And that's a big problem, guys. It's a big problem. You can't look at these problems with Western eyes. You've got to look at these problems with Slavic eyes, with Eastern European eyes, which are totally different to our eyes. What's the other one I've got in the news, guys? What's the other one? Radioactive water leaked. Radioactive water leaked into lock from nuclear base. Now, this is 3 hours ago, guys. This is from Faslane up in Scotland. This is from the BBC. Radioactive water from a Royal Navy nuclear weapons base has leaked into the lock after old pipes repeatedly bust, according to official files. So if they're confirming it officially, then I dread to think what the actual situation is. Look, guys, I went up to Faslane when I was in the military. We had to go up there, and it's really cold. It's grim. The water is absolutely freezing up there. So you can imagine now there's like radioactive fish cruising around. I don't know, guys. Look, it just seems like things are getting worse and worse and worse. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to bring you back to the main story of the day. The British government, I believe you can't question this now, guys. You can't question this. You can't question this. The British government, there's evidence out now. Andrew Bridgen, who is an I think he's Tory. Andrew Bridgen is an ex-Tory MP. He's just posted a video, guys, and I'm going to play it again. Let's have this video. Let's play this video.
So last night, I noticed there was there's a whole batch of dinghies in the little area near the crane in the boatyard. Loads of them, all numbered. You'll have just seen that clip, hopefully. And I thought, okay, tomorrow the lorry's probably going to come. And guess what? There it is. So I'm going to go right there and just see if it's the same truck.
Guys, listen, if you're watching and you've just joined, we're talking about now the British government I don't even know if I can say this. Do you know what? If I get the live band, I don't even care. I don't even care, guys, because we're still streaming on, listen, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to say something in a minute. If the screen goes blank, right? If the screen goes blank, just go over to YouTube and X, guys, all right? I'm going to say something in a minute, and if the screen goes blank, just go over to YouTube and X. The British government are helping. I can't even say it. I cannot even say this. I'm going to say it. I can't say it. I'm struggling to say it. I've seen a video that proves, that feels like I can say it now. I've seen a video that proves, as far as I'm concerned, I've seen a video that proves that the British government are actively helping the people smuggling gangs to bring people into the United Kingdom. There, I said it. Am I still on? Yes, I am. I'll say it again. I'll keep saying it. I've seen a video. I've seen a video that proves, in my opinion, that the British government are helping the people smuggling gangs to bring people into the United Kingdom. Now, this is a video, guys. This is a video posted by Andrew Bridgen. I'll just talk through the video, guys. The video, and when we go over to YouTube, I will be showing this video, guys. This video shows the rubber dinghies being loaded onto a truck. 1, 2, 3, 4, I don't know how many, but it is toppers. Then that truck gets on a ferry back to France. Double that up now with the life jackets, and somebody tell me how the British government is not involved in this, helping. So you've got Keir Starmer there. We're going to smash the gangs. We are going to destroy these gangs. Make sure they get the rubber dinghies back. Yeah, make sure they've got enough life jackets to bring them over. Yeah. What? Yeah, we're going to smash the gangs. How are you smashing them, Keir? Oh, we're making sure they've got a good supply of rubber dinghies and life jackets. What about outboard motors? Is the British taxpayer paying for outboard motors? No, but that's a good idea. There's a company just outside Birmingham that does fantastic wankel engines. We could maybe get something there. Stop, Keir. They'll be all right with a normal engine. But it's absolutely unbelievable. Right, okay, ladies and gentlemen. But the next question is, why? Why? So, if the government is helping, and what we've just said, why are they helping? What is the end game, guys? What is the end game? Like, I'm struggling. Right, asteroid on its way to Earth, ladies and gentlemen. Little bit of an update on the asteroid that's on its way to Earth. So we're talking about a 3I. Is it not Apophis? 3I. Go on. Somebody tell me. Atlas. 3I Atlas. Third interstellar object, Atlas, who was seen by the Atlas project, Atlas system. So, I saw some images on the NASA website, not the NASA website. I think it was the ESA website actually. Now, this is going to be a little bit technical, and I don't know if it's a typo or not. But on I think it was the ESA website, so the European Space Agency website, they've got a picture of this asteroid heading towards Earth, and then they've got the tail of the asteroid. Now, normally, the tail of an asteroid points away from the sun. But on this one, it was pointing towards the sun. So I was thinking, how is that a thing? And look, guys, I don't know if they've got this wrong. I don't know if they've got the directions wrong. Maybe they've got the picture inverted or whatever. But I don't know. Maybe it's true. Maybe it's not. But that was another peculiar thing about this asteroid that's on its way. Right, guys, listen, it's almost... Ladies and gentlemen, it's almost that time where we're going to jump over to YouTube. It's almost that time where we're going to jump over to YouTube. And then, look, guys, I appreciate I've not got to everybody's comments. I really do. Right. Natasha Marshall. Hello, Natasha Marshall. Hello, Natasha Marshall. How are you? Is saying, since 2020, I feel like I have woken up in some film where there was pre-2020 and post-2020. Yeah, it does feel like that, doesn't it? And we all had the craziness happen in 2020. Like, so much craziness is happening. I mean, right now, guys, look, I kind of like... Let's just talk about the space stuff first. So first of all, I wish, and I've said this so many times, guys, I wish we had a world where we, instead of having wars with each other, we were actually going into space. We were using that competitivity that we have because we have eyes in the front of our heads, ladies and gentlemen. We are apex predators. Well, some of us anyway. We're apex predators, so we want to compete. It's in our blood to compete. It's in our nature to compete. I would like that competitivity to go into space, go into the cosmos, put a colony on Mars, put a colony on the moon, you know, all that sort of stuff, instead of having wars. Since 2020, it just seems like things have literally got worse by the year. And look, guys, let's be under no illusion. As soon as the autumn, like, what do we think? In fact, what do we think? In fact, I'm going to leave this question and I'm going to go over to YouTube and answer it. What do we think? Do we think the autumn budget mini statement thing? Do you think that Rachel Reeves is going to get up and say, do you know what, guys? All the taxes we've been paying, you know, the cuts, everything, we've actually made, you know, we're gonna stop some of these taxes. Or do you think we're gonna get a raise in taxes? I'm not going to tell you guys what I speculate. I'll wait till we jump over to YouTube. So right, ladies and gentlemen, we have done an hour. I said we was only going to do half an hour. I think maybe I did, maybe I didn't. But we are going to jump over to YouTube, guys. The comments are going wild on YouTube, ladies and gentlemen. So if you've not done so already, please follow me over on YouTube, guys. My name on YouTube is The Real Raven 1, the same as it is on TikTok. The Real Raven 1. I am going to keep this TikTok profile open, guys. I want to be as I don't want to get the TikTok banned because the user interface is so user friendly on TikTok. For you guys, if you're doing videos on TikTok, it's so much easier to post a quick video on TikTok than it is on YouTube. When you've got YouTube, you've got, like, honestly, the buttons you've got to press, it's unbelievable. But look, the YouTube algorithm is a lot more forgiving on YouTube, guys. So, like I said, ladies and gentlemen, we are triple streaming at the moment. We're streaming on YouTube, we're streaming on TikTok, and we are streaming simultaneously on X. So I'm going to close this in a minute. In fact, I'm going to get a couple of comments, guys. I'm going to get a couple of comments. Kaza Patricia is saying the rapture is, hang on. Kaza Patricia is saying the rapture is coming, say corruption. No. Hang on, give me a second. He's telling me I need to get off or something. Let me see if he'll let me do this. Yeah, it's not, oh, it is. Kaza Patricia is saying the rapture is coming. Kaza, go join us on YouTube. We're going to be talking about that afterwards. James is saying there's a hemorrhoid coming towards us. Maybe there is, maybe there isn't. I've seen a lot of hemorrhoids coming in. A lot of them come towards us. It's been a really great deal. And everybody says to them, they say, Sean, they've got these hemorrhoids coming out. I always call them a call. I say, is it a little hemorrhoid coming towards me? I say, $20 billion never going to move with me. Listen, guys, just quickly before we go, real quick. And I am going to continue about this on YouTube. Just real quick. Have you seen all those girls dancing in sorority videos in America? Like, that's blatantly AI, right? That they're all doing this. Have you noticed that they're all doing this? Like, I don't know, guys. Have you noticed that, or is that just me? Right, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to close this down now. I will be over to an Texas Made. Oh, what a fantastic name. Texas Made is saying, I'm American. That was funny. Texas Made, I want to see you over on YouTube, Texas Made. I want to move to Texas is one of the places that we may move to. So Texas Made, I'm expecting you, Texas Made, to jump over to YouTube and to continue this conversation. My name on YouTube is The Real Raven 1, and I will see you guys like in a couple of seconds, I hope. And I hope Texas Made comes over because I really do want to continue that conversation with Texas Made. Right, I'm going to close this thing down now. Now you've got that couple of seconds where I don't know how to close the live down. And we're off. I think, are we off? Yes, we are off, ladies and gentlemen. What a swizzle, ladies and gentlemen. What an absolute swizzle. Guys, I get passionate about this. I do struggle sometimes. No, I don't struggle. Sometimes my brain works faster than my mouth and I struggle and my words come out all gobbledygook. But look, guys, we're only streaming on YouTube now. We're only streaming on X. Please, again, in fact, you know what? Let's get the video up. And I'm just gonna show you guys that what's just happened. Right, let me get this video up and we'll watch it together, ladies and gentlemen. We will watch it together with the miracle of social media. Give me a second, guys. I should have probably done this before. Right, where is he? There we are. Here we are. We've got it. Right, I'm going to share this with you guys now. Give me a second. We're going to share it. I'm going to play it together. And guys, look, please, if you guys are going to go on Andrew Bridgen's page, please let him know I sent you. Right, so this is the video here, guys. Let me make it big.
In the little area near the crane in the boatyard. So last night, I noticed there was a whole batch. Yeah, hang on. I have to go back because there's someone coming. There was a whole batch of dinghies in the little area near the crane in the boatyard.
Guys, listen, if you're just watching for the first time, we're playing the video now that Andrew Bridgen just posted. Guys, this should chill you to the core. Right now, this should chill you to the core because we're going to explore the why afterwards.
Loads of them, all numbered. You'll have just seen that clip, hopefully. And I thought, okay, tomorrow the lorry's probably going to come. And guess what? Here it is. There's the lorry. All right. So I'm going to go and wander over there and just...
I can confirm with 100% certainty this is Dover, guys. I used to live in Dover. I know exactly where he is.
See if it's the same truck. All right, today we're going to try and follow it.
Now, I think, well, Dover Marina, I mean, that's pretty much of it. Combat indicator. Where do you think that is? Dover Marina? You can see there, ladies and gentlemen, please, somebody tell me that they're not rubber dinghies getting loaded into the back of a truck. Tell me that's not happening. Please, somebody tell me that's not happening. Now, I'm pretty sure that, does that say G4S on the back? Does that say G4? I can't make it out, guys. I thought it said G4X, G4S. Anyway, it doesn't matter. They're loading rubber. Tell me they're not. Tell me they're not. Tell me what I'm seeing is wrong, ladies and gentlemen. Tell me what I'm seeing is wrong. Tell me that the government are not involved in this.
There it is. The lorry is leaving.
So for context, guys, right now he's going down. I think it's called the A20. On the right-hand side there, if you can see that little like barrier thing, that's the old hoverport. That's where the old hoverport used to be. So you could get a ferry or you could get the hovercraft. That's where the hovercraft used to go from. On the left, there's some nice bars and restaurants. And if you want to go a little bit further down, on the right, there's some nice seafood restaurants on the front. I used to live in Dover.
But that is the lorry, basically, with all the dinghies on it.
And just for context, up there on the horizon, just to the right of the screen, that's Dover Castle. Our barracks was just to the side of that.
If my idea is correct, that lorry is going to France. That's the lorry. Okay, so I'm going to prove it. Right, so that is getting on a ferry. Where to? That's the question. Look. Okay, can you see the number plate? Ah, oh, come on. RX68 YKA. All right.
Just to be clear, it could have been. Just to be clear, all right. You couldn't see the top end of that number plate. I don't know what else it could have been, but certainly it was RX. It could have been something else, but the bottom part. you guys are going where I'm trying to be as objective as I can, guys. Okay, in my opinion, it's blatantly the same truck.
That's it. Boom. Okay, I'm inside. I saw the lorry. It was just the other side of that fence. I'm now going to drive round. Now, what is it doing? Hiding there. There it is. There it is. RX-68. There's a driver in it, so he's going to see me doing this. And I don't care. There's.
Tell me it's not the same lorry, guys. Please, somebody tell me I'm wrong. Somebody tell me that the government are not involved in helping the smuggling gangs. Tell me I'm wrong. I want you to tell me I'm wrong.
The number plate. RX-68. YKA. This lorry is getting on a ferry. So the dinghies come into Dover. They get loaded onto a truck. They go back to France.
So there you have it, guys. Look, I'll play that video. I'll play that video again in a little bit. But so let's just take it. Let's just take it that the government. Let's just take it that we accept now. Let's just accept it. And I still want to. I don't want to believe this. But let's just take it that the British government are actively helping the people smugglers by sending, by helping them with rubber dinghies and, you got rubber dinghies, we'll send them back. Oh, you're short on rubber dinghies. Don't worry, we'll get some government money. We'll get you some money. Oh, don't worry about it. Let's just say that that's happening. Why is that happening? Because it's destroying the Labour Party. They ain't going to win the next election. Assuming there's gonna be another election. You see the direction of travel we're going now, guys. Anyway, right, let me get some comments, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, hang on. Lincolnshire Temple is saying, I'm looking at a red dot appearing at your head, Sean. Philip Gray is saying, I'm fuming. I'm fuming as well, Philip. Look, guys, I don't know. I'll never lie. Obviously, I'll never lie. If somebody tells me something and I genuinely believe it could put British forces in danger, I'm never going to repeat that. I'll take that stuff to the grave with me. I'm privy to a lot of information that people are just not. What I'm talking about here is open source social media. This is out there for everyone to view. You guys go and look at it yourself. It's on Andrew Bridgen posted it over an hour ago. Tell me how that's not the government involved. So on one hand, they're sending millions and millions and millions. I mean, is this millions they're sending? I'm not even joking now, guys. Is the millions they're sending to France, is that for them to buy more rubber dinghies? I don't know. It wouldn't surprise me if it was. It's just phenomenal, guys. Phenomenal. The levels here, the levels. April Lee is saying, that is a good move for the government. This will cause massive issues now. It's just absolutely insane, guys. Jane Hughes is saying, I'm fuming and feel sick. So, you know how we've all been like, so look, Jane, let me ask you this real quick, Jane. A lot of people who don't follow my channel don't know what's happening. But a lot of people are struggling. Do you know what, guys? Everybody's struggling. We're struggling. Most people are struggling. And people are trying to do the right thing. People think, oh, we've got this problem. We need to help. We need to pay a little bit more tax. We need to do this. We need to do that. Well, literally, the government, you guys have seen the video for yourself. At what point are we going full Mad Max, guys? At what point do we go full Mad Max? Philip Gray said it's like we're committing national, I can't repeat that word, the government is out of control. It's insane, guys, it's insane. Okay, so Jane Hughes is also Jay Pucci. So is that a video? So was this video from 2022? Are we saying this video is from 2022? So M5 is saying that video was from 2022, and that was transported by GXO, not G. Listen, guys, let me just quickly Google who G. Thank you so much, M5, for the update. Let me just Google this real quick. GXO. Let me just Google GXO real quick. Right, supply chain, GXO, supply chain management, the logistics multiplier. Right, let me see where they're registered. GXO companies or house. Right, GXO Logistics. I'm going on Wikipedia now, guys. GXO Logistics is an American. There we go, guys. Listen, I told you guys the Americans were going to be coming over. GXO Logistics is an American global contracts logistics company that manages outsourced supply chains and warehousing and reverse logistics for blue chip customers in over 30 countries. GXO's corporate headquarters are located in Greenwich, Connecticut, US. Its customers include Apple, Nike, Boeing, Verizon, Whirlpool, Index SA, and Nestle. History. In 2020, there's that year again, guys, GXO announced it would spin off its global contract logistics segment to a separate company. In March 2021, XPO announced the new name of the firm as GXO Logistics Incorporated. The spin-off was completed on the 2nd of August 2021 with American businessman Brad Jones. Right, let's see who Brad Jones is. So Brad Jones, right, let's see who Brad Jones is. Brad Jones, born 1965, is an American businessman who served as chairman, blah, blah, blah. Right, let's see what his family life is. He's also the book of How to Make a Few $billion. I want to know his personal life. Here we go. Jacobs was born in Rhode Island, son of Charlotte Sybil Niebanda. What does that mean? Niebanda. Is that a name? Greenwich, his wife lived in Greenwich. Right. I want to know, where's he from? Where's he from? I've got my suspicions where he's from. Let's see what else it says about him. Career. Worked in the oil industry as a broker. Yeah, fair one. He's made a lot of money. 1988, waste management, Greenwich, September. Sorry, guys. I'm really trying to scan through here for keywords and I can't find them. No, I can't find the keywords here, guys. Right, I'm just going to Google. So he's got his mum's name was Charlotte Sybil, but then in brackets, she's got, oh, there we go. I'm starting to get it now, guys. Niebanda. I don't know what this means, guys. So I'm just going to Google Niebanda. Guys, I'm doing research in real time. I'm done. I'm done. Ah! Yeah, it's done. We're done. We're cooked. Ah, we are cooked. We're cooked. Ah. Right. I'm just going to read you what I found, okay? So, look, guys, I do this real time for you guys. I give you guys real time analysis. I don't know where we're going to go, but we're going there together, ladies and gentlemen. We're going there together. Look, guys, I do this in real time. So, first of all, a couple of reasons I do this in real time. So you guys know what I'm talking about. When I don't know what I'm talking about, I'll be quite clear. I'll say, listen, guys, I don't know enough about this. I've just done a quick online search. So this started from M5. So M5, thank you so much for putting me onto this. So M5 said this was a video from 2022, and the company is GXO. Go with me, guys. You need to understand this, right? So the company is GXO. So then I thought it was G4S. I couldn't see it on the I couldn't work it out. So I then looked at GXO as a company. I thought, right, who are GXO? What do GXO do? I then found that the managing director, what was his name? It might not be the managing director. It's like the CEO, or hang on, it's like the CEO or something, or the guy in charge, basically. The guy in charge of GXO that's sending the boats back to France. The guy in charge of GXO is a gentleman called Brad Jacobs. Ladies and gentlemen, this is all from Wikipedia. Right? Looking down to Jacobs' personal life, so Brad Jacobs' personal life, was born in Rhode Island, the son of Charlotte Sybil. And Charlotte Sybil's real name is Nee Banda. I didn't know what that meant, so I Googled Nee Banda. So I thought, right, what does Nee Banda mean? What's the word Nee Banda? Now, the surname Banda has multiple potential origins. It's primarily considered a German surname, derived from the meaning cooper, or someone who makes barrels. It can also be of Jewish origin, potentially derived from the German word band, used as an occupation for a code maker. So basically, the name Banda has German Jewish origins. That's what the computer's telling me, guys. That's what the computer's telling me. That is what the computer is telling me. Yeah, I'm just going to leave it there, guys. I'm just going to leave it there. I am going to leave it there, ladies and gentlemen. Anyway, guys, without further ado, Chris White is saying, so basically the cost of new boats isn't as much as the labour and logistics costs. That's how embedded the governments are, to save a few quid. Chris White, I don't even know right now, Chris. Mate, I've got no idea. It's just like, it's all swizzling. It's all swizzling. Lewis Ackers, right, Lewis Ackers. Sorry, mate, I'm jumping onto your comments, Lewis. Right, I'm looking up for your comment, buddy. Look, guys, I'm obviously a little bit agitated tonight because I've just seen that video. The fact that that video is from 2022 is terrifying, guys. Chris Ackers, I'm trying to get your comment now. I'm trying to look up for your other comments, buddy. If you want to put that up again, I can try and find that. There's a lot of comments jumping up, guys. There are a lot of comments jumping up, and I'm struggling with them. Chris Ackers, I can't find your comment, mate. Right, Chris Ackers, can you put your comment a bit, mate? Can you put your comment on again? Is it Chris Ackers? Lewis Ackers, sorry. Lewis Ackers, and Chris White was who I was talking to before. Chris Ackers, tell me what we need to talk about. Send me a message on TikTok and we'll answer it. I don't know. Lincolnshire Temple is saying, do you have external security perimeter, Sean? I do, actually. As funny as you mention it, I do. We've got some great cameras on our TikTok showcase if you want to go and get one. Yes, I do. I have, yeah, I do. But look, ladies and gentlemen, if the bad guys want to come and get you, if the government want to come and get you, believe me, I used to do it for a living. If those guys in, you know, if those guys in wearing DPM and or cry camouflage, I guess it is now, if those guys wearing camouflage clothes and night vision goggles want to come and get you, pretty much nothing you're going to do about it. You know, you might as well just put your hands behind the back of your head. There's nothing you can do about it. Look, guys, I do need to keep reiterating this. I'm ex-military. I want a strong military. I want strong government. I want strong police. I want strong laws. But like what we're seeing, what I'm looking at in real time is unbelievable. Like, look, guys, and let me caveat this. There may be an honest explanation to this. Everything I've said may be wrong. I don't know. I'm leaving it open because I genuinely don't know, and I don't want to believe, guys. I genuinely don't want to believe. Linda Clark is saying, Sean, that is worse than the Pufermo scandal, and that brought the government down. I mean, if this is a video from, but here's the thing, guys. If this is a video from 2022, as M5 is saying, like, where do we go with that? Like, it means that nobody cares, that it's been suppressed since 2022. And look, guys, listen, remember, let me caveat again. Let me caveat the caveat for a caveat's sake. We are talking about non-confirmed open source social media right now, guys, all right? So I have to be clear. Everything that we're seeing right now could be fake. Everything that we're seeing now could be AI. I genuinely don't know. I believe it to be credible. I believe it to be real, and I believe it to be true, but it could be wrong. Like, you know, those sorority dancers with all the girls out, like the American girls, I believe they are, like doing all these dances. Like, do you not think that that's blatantly AI and they're all doing this? If you look at them in the crowd, they're all doing this, these sort of things like that. They're literally doing that in the crowd. And you're like, are people buying this? Are we buying it that like there's that many slim Americans? Trust me, guys, I love America, but let's be fair. You know, they love those burgers. They do love those burgers. And look, guys, I love a good burger. I'm not going to lie to you. I've got a lot of American friends, and I love an American barbecue. In fact, you know what, guys? I'm calling it, guys. I prefer American food. I think American food's my favorite. I love the barbecues. I love the burgers. I love the steak. I love all that stuff, guys. But maybe some Americans have had too many. I'm not convinced on these videos. I'm not convinced these videos are not AI, and they're all doing this. And I'm thinking, why are they all doing that? Why are they all doing this side? Anyway. Right. Louis Ackers, that was the first. All right. I was in Banbury the other day and was queuing up at a kiosk. Elderly lady was serving a rude illegal, I presume, and then went on to ask for refugees discount. Louis Ackers, I have got no words to say. There are no words on the tongues of elves or men that can describe it, yeah? So there you go, guys. Why don't we all do that, guys? Why don't we all just go to the next time we go to the supermarket, we'll just say, I mean, we've all seen the Greggs. Let me just see if I can find a video. You've all seen the images of people going into Greggs and just taking what they want. Is that what we're talking about? That discount? M5 is saying, just shows nothing has done since 2022. Both Conservatives and Labour, very concerning. Them boats are 100% specialist made to order. They are very covert. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, again, I don't know. I mean, I don't know much about how you make a rigid inflatable boat. I don't know much about it. I first said the life jackets, the buoyancy aids, I guess, because they're not are they life jackets? What's the difference between a life jacket and a buoyancy aid? I think they're life. I don't know. Whatever. I first said, look, when people start to look into these life jackets, they're going to unravel things are going to start to unravel. And like, I think things are unraveling now. People are talking about the boats. I mean, that video, guys, listen, and M5, I'm not saying you're wrong. All I'm saying is I have to be careful with my words. If M5's right, and I've no reason to doubt him, that is a video that was filmed in 2022, that shows that for 3 years, the government's been complicit. Again, look, guys, let's be clear. Let's just play devil's advocate. Let's play devil's advocate. It may have stopped now. That practice may have stopped. We don't know. I don't know. I've not seen any evidence otherwise. James is saying to Phil Gray, put it this way, order your leather jacket and trousers now. It's all going to go down. When it does, the world we are in now is gone. Yeah, look, guys, I think we all need to do you know what? I'm going to try and get on my showcase. I'm going to try and get like a leather jacket and some leather trousers on my showcase and turn them into apocalypse gear. You've Rhett Cooper put a restriction on 60 people per dinghy last week. Shut up. No. I can't believe this. Tracy McKibben, I can't believe this. I'm going to have to Google this. I am going to have to Google this. I can't find anything there. I can't find anything on that. Tracy McKibben, I'm not saying what you're saying is not true, but I can't find anything on the mainstream about that. So I wouldn't be able to. No, I can't find anything on the mainstream. I'd have to have a little bit of a deeper dive on that. Lewis Ackers is saying AI sums it up more specifically for financial benefits and living accommodation, plus housing on top of where some of my vet mates are still on the streets. Eastbourne Station homelessness increased. Look, before we talk about migrants, we should just understand that we literally had a homelessness minister who was making people homeless. So let's just consider that before we continue. Yeah, my head's been popped, guys. The head's been popped. Jane Hughes is saying, when we come out of lockdown, when people don't know if they're coming or going, they've been bringing them in case. A guy in one hotel said he had been there 3 years. Yeah, they threw up the 5G towers as well, didn't they? Linda Clark is saying, I asked GPT a few weeks ago, and it said they either slash them out in the channel or they bring them in further up to the beach, then put them in a warehouse. Whether that's true or not, who knows? Look, guys, I don't know. All I know is the video I've seen. And the video I've seen is, as far as I'm concerned, the video I've seen is evidence that the government, at least on one occasion, I've got to be clear, guys, I don't want to say anything and get myself in trouble, but at least on one occasion from that video Andrew Bridgen's posted, see how I'm sloping my shoulders there? You can see I spent a lot of time in the army. From that video that I was shown, that to me is proof that at least one boat full of rubber dinghies went back to France. Now, what they did in France, I don't know. It could be argued that they were there for forensic investigation. I don't know, guys. I'm clutching at straws now. I am clutching at straws as to why they would send them through. So listen, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to start to close this down now. If you've not done so already, can you please like, comment, subscribe, share my stuff, bell notification, all those buttons down there that help this channel, because ultimately, ladies and gentlemen, it's only you people that help this channel grow. Every time you guys click that subscribe button, I get a little bit giddy. I get a little bit giddy. I'm not going to lie, guys. I get a little bit giddy. Excuse me. So if you could all do that, guys, if you've not done so already, I really thank you so much for doing that. Yeah, I am going to go now, guys. I know I said I would be on this morning yesterday. I'm just getting all this wood ready for the winters. It's a big thing, guys. Like if you, we don't have central heating, and everybody when they come to the house, they're like, "Oh, Sean, your house is so warm. Oh, but it must be lovely to have a log fire." I'm like, "Yes, it is." But people don't see behind the scenes how much wood you actually, like wood, coal, you know, all the rest of it that you have to put on that fire. So you do have to have quite a big stock of wood. You know, normally in a winter, we'll go through about like, you know, on a harsh winter, we'll burn through like 10 ton, which is a lot of wood. But anyway, so we are able to collect that now, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to try and be back on tomorrow morning at 10. If not, I'll try and get on in the morning. If not, I'll be on in the evening. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, just take that as the crux of the video. Urgent, more proof, I believe, anyway, from the Andrew Bridgen video that we just watched together. I believe that the government are actively helping. I believe the government are actively helping to bring, I don't know, guys. You know what? I'm not even going to say that. I'm going to say somebody in the comments tell me another scenario that why they're sending those boats back to France. Please, I don't want to believe what I'm thinking, but I have no other option. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to go now, and I'll see you soon.